African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoy, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command in combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation as of August 10, 2025. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of the motorized infantry, Ranger, airborne assault brigades, and 2 assault regiments of the Ukrainian armed forces in the areas of the settlements of Andriivka, Varakino, Pershi-Travnya, and Chugunovka in the Sumy region. In the Kharkiv direction, units of the mechanized, motorized infantry brigades and assault regiment of the Ukrainian armed forces were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Volchansk, Liptsy, Chugunovka, and Tikhoe in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 190 servicemen, a tank, 3 combat armored vehicles, 7 cars, 8 field artillery pieces, including 2 155mm howitzers M777 and M114 made in the USA, an ammunition depot, and 6 warehouses of material resources. Units of the West Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions, defeated the formations of 2 mechanized assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a National Guard brigade in the areas of the settlements of Osinovo, Kupiansk, Petropavlovka in the Kharkiv region, Karpovka, Shendergolovo, and Kirovsk in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy's losses amounted to over 240 servicemen, 2 combat armored vehicles, 19 cars, 2 artillery pieces, 4 electronic warfare stations, and 4 ammunition depots. Units of the Southern Group of Forces improved the situation along the front line, defeated the manpower and equipment of 5 mechanized, assault, mountain assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, a Marine brigade, a Territorial Defense Brigade, and 2 National Guard brigades in the areas of the settlements of Seversk, Slavyansk, Drushkovka, Konstantinovka, Alexandro Sheltino, Ivanopoli, and Kleban Byk of the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost more than 215 servicemen, an HMMWV armored vehicle made in the USA, 8 pickups, 3 field artillery guns made by NATO countries, and an ammunition depot. Units of the Center Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions, defeated the formations of 3 mechanized, Ranger, Airmobile, Assault, airborne assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, a Marine brigade and a National Guard brigade in the areas of the settlements of Dmitrov, Suhetskoy, Rodinskoy, Chinishino, Krasnoarmysk, Udaknoy of the Donetsk People's Republic, and Filia of the Dnipropetrovsk region. The losses of the Ukrainian armed formations amounted to 400 servicemen, a tank, 4 combat armored vehicles, 10 cars, and 4 field artillery guns. Units of the East Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defense, inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, a Marine brigade, and 2 Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Iskra, Alexandrograd of the Donetsk People's Republic, Vorono, Ivanovka, Novopetrovsk, Kalinovskoy, and Vasilkovka in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 245 servicemen, a tank, 2 combat armored vehicles, and 10 cars. An electronic warfare station and a supply depot were destroyed. Units of the Dnipro Group of Forces defeated formations of 3 mechanized, mountain assault brigades, 3 coastal defense brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and a Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Novoandriivka, Lukyanivsk, Stepnogorsk in Zaporizhia Oblast, Berislav, Nikolsky, Antonovka, and Dniprovsk in Kherson Oblast. Up to 85 servicemen, 8 vehicles, 4 field artillery guns, 5 electronic warfare stations, and 2 supply depots were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the Russian Armed Forces groups damaged a railway junction in the Dnipropetrovsk region, which provided for the transfer of the Ukrainian armed forces to Donbas, warehouses of long-range unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as temporary deployment points of Ukrainian armed formations and foreign mercenaries in 134 districts. Air defense systems shot down 2 long-range Neptune-guided missiles, 3 guided aerial bombs, 6 US-made HIMARS multiple launch rockets, and 372 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 665 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 76,185 unmanned aerial vehicles, 625 anti-aircraft missile systems, 24,519 tanks and other combat armored vehicles, 1,584 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 28,360 field artillery guns and mortars, 39,418 units of special military automotive equipment. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.